For this meditation practice, it's more important to be comfortable than to sit upright. So if you would prefer to lie down, feel free to lie down. We're going to do our best to not move during the practice. So if there's any wiggles or jiggles or movements that you need to make so that you feel very settled, then make those movements now. Take a moment to be fully aware of your body, the weight of your body, the substance. And then let it relax. We'll bring our attention to the breath and specifically how it moves in the chest. So feel your chest expand and recede. Expand and recede. You may have enough awareness to feel the pulsing of your heart in your chest and simultaneously notice the beat of your heart and the expansion and contraction of the chest. Refine your attention even more to a spot right in between the breasts. And feel how that spot moves outward away from the spine each time that you inhale, and back towards the spine when you exhale. In fact, you can move the spine away from the center of the chest while the chest moves away from the spine. And then feel the two draw towards each other on the exhale. In several different philosophies or religious traditions, the seat of our individual soul sits somewhere in the space between where your chest is expanding and your spine is expanding and then drawing towards each other. Quite often this is seen as a dot of light or a disembodied flame. Just sit with that idea, or possibly try and visualize that. Have a sense of it in the center of your chest. The ability to sense or visualize these this will grow over time and with practice. And if you don't experience a visualization today, then just have a knowing of a sense of your individual consciousness and self in the center of your chest. And also see that it lies in a long vertical tube that goes down to the base of your body and up to the top of your head. In yoga, we refer to this as Sushumna. Perhaps from this spot in the center of your chest, you can build your awareness of Sushumna from the inside, gazing downwards, seeing it descend behind the belly, behind the pubic bone, down to the base of the body. And gazing upwards, seeing it move through the throat, the center of the head, and up to the top back of the head, the fontanelle, before reaching the top of the head. In the Tibetan tradition, they go into detail describing the nature of this passageway. They say it's about the width of an arrow shaft, and that if it had a tactile quality, it would be like the petal of a leaf. The petal of a flower. Because we have elevated our consciousness and will not allow it to descend, have the sense of tying a knot or plugging the space from the belly button downwards. Gazing downwards, you can see through the Shushmana to your navel, and the stopping point there. Gazing upwards, you can see the passageway to the top of your head. And if you're able, go ahead and keep your eyes up, rolled up, for the next portion of the practice. As this passageway reaches the very top of the head, it broadens and opens a bit like the opening of a trumpet. Perhaps you can have a sense of that as well. For the next 3 breaths, we'll make the inhales stronger. And on the inhale, ascend your consciousness from the spot in your chest up to the fontanelle, up through the Shushmana to the top back of your head. And you can let it recede back down on the exhale. Finding its spot in the center of your chest. Strong inhale up. Eyes roll up, move to the top of your head. On the exhale, you can let the consciousness subside again back down to your chest. And on the 3rd inhale, this time come up and stay up. From this vantage point, you can gaze downwards through the Shushmana, or you can gaze upwards and outwards. You can have a sense of the crown chakra, the infinite opening petals of the crown chakra. And if you gaze beyond that, your sense of the infinite universe. Gaze at the infinite universe with awe, with a sense of relief, of surrender, of belonging. And you can stay here, or if it feels appropriate, go ahead and just let the sense of self drop and expand out into the everything beyond your individual self. Where there is no you, and yet where everything is you. There is no differentiation between anything. All is expansion and peace. Oblivion of the self. In any of these practices, there's always a golden thread of connection between your body, between your subtle body and this expansive space. Often it's seen as connected at the heart. From that golden thread of connections, start to feel a coalescing a coming together, a ripple in the force. And feel that condense from just pure vibration to being something more than that, and feel it draw to the crown of your head again. The drop of individual awareness comes into this vibration where you have a sense of what is beyond yourself, and also you can gaze downwards through Shushmana. One last time, gazing at the infinite with a sense of awe and wonder and belonging and surrender. And then on an exhale, go ahead and drop back down into the rightful place for your consciousness in the center of your heart, in the center of your chest. And marvel and be appreciative of the differentiation. The fact that there is a distinction between self and not self. That we have this breath, and that we have this body, and that we have this life. Through this practice, we start to dissipate our sense of fear in regards to death. And interestingly, we start to dissipate our sense of fear in regards to life. Do whatever makes you feel solid and grounded back in your body. You might want to move, you might want to pat yourself, rub yourself, give yourself a hug. Take your time, and then when you feel ready to externalize your gaze, go ahead and open your eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat.